Syrian Arab Army confiscates a weapons warehouse in the city of Ras Al-Ain, which also includes car bombs carrying Lebanese plates. Units of the Syrian Arab Army restores security and stability to the villages of Al Shweihed in Homs's western countryside. Fifty Iraqis were killed and injured following two terrorist explosions in the capital, Baghdad. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yabroud with the news in English. Syrian Arab Army hoisted national flag on Al-Husn Castle. Military source said that Syrian Arab Army unit has tightened control on Al-Husn Castle and the area surrounding it after eliminating a large number of terrorists there. Earlier units of the Syrian Arab Army killed 11 terrorists and injured others near the border crossing of Al-Hajj Nadim. The Syrian Arab Army also killed a number of terrorists in the village of Ibsas when terrorists tried to flee the city of Al-Husn in Homs's countryside in the direction of the Lebanese territories. The Syrian Arab Army restored stability and order to the village of Al Shweihed in Homs's western countryside, destroying the last positions of terrorists in the village. In Yabroud province, the Syrian Arab Army has found a factory to manufacture explosive devices and booby-trapped cars carrying Lebanese plates. Syrian Arab Army units have restored security and stability to the town of Ra'as Al-Aein southwest of Yabroud in Damascus countryside after eliminating a large number of terrorists and destroying their criminal tools. Tunnels have also been found in the city of Yabroud, which the terrorists used for their movements and the transportation of weapons and ammunition.
Syrian Arab Army units have restored security and stability to Ras Al-Ain town after eliminating armed men and destroying their criminal tools. The inhabitants of the town took to the streets to welcome the army with cheers of jubilation and national songs. They were overwhelmed with joy after they had got rid of a horrible nightmare which they had to live for several months, during which they had suffered from the atrocities of terrorism that entailed killing, kidnapping, devastation and sabotage. The people of the town voiced deep appreciation for the soldiers who had kept their promise and answered their call in clearing the town of terrorists and helped it open a new page of decent life and reassurance. A number of tunnels have also been found below ancient houses near Al-Khudr Mosque in the main market downtown Yabroud. One such tunnel is 6 meters deep, equipped with illumination and extending a long distance outside the city. Workshops to manufacture explosive devices and locally made missiles were also found that contained scores of explosive devices in addition to big wheels, and a workshop to trap cars, as well as several field hospitals with medicaments stolen from the city's public and private hospitals.
In Aleppo, Syrian Arab Army units have targeted terrorist gatherings in the ancient part of the city, as well as in As-Sakhur, Al-Jandoul Square, the industrial town, Al-Jdeide and Castello, killing a large number of them and destroying their criminal tools and machine guns. In Aleppo suburbs, several armed men have been killed or wounded in the surroundings of the central prison, as well as in 16 other sites. Syrian Arab Army units have eliminated dozens of armed men and destroyed their equipment in Ram Hamdan, Ma'arat Masrin, Kafar Yahmoul, Ma'ar Blit and Jdar Bakfaloun in Idlib countryside. Several terrorists were also killed or wounded in 7 other sites. The army units have meanwhile thwarted an attempt by terrorist groups to infiltrate into a military checkpoint near Jannat al-Qura on Ariha Latakia Road, killing several members of the groups. Welcome back. In Iraq, 15 citizens were killed and scores injured in 2 separate terrorist explosions which targeted a cafe in the capital, Baghdad. Iraqi police said that a man wearing an explosive belt blew himself up in a crowded cafe, killing and wounding dozens of Iraqis. An Iraqi civilian was also killed and 7 others wounded when an explosive device glued to a bus blew up in Al-Sha'ab neighborhood in Baghdad. Meanwhile, violent clashes erupted between Al-Anbar Operation Command and the gangs of the so-called the State of Iraq and the Levant in different areas in the city of Ramadi, killing 31 terrorists and destroying 6 vehicles equipped with machine guns. In the Euphrates region, army troops killed 22 gunmen north of Babel. The Iraqi troops confiscated 11 terrorist hideouts which contain short-range missiles in the area of As-Sahl al-Aysar of Al-Mosul city. Calm returned to Tripoli, north of Lebanon, after fierce clashes between Jabal Muhsen and Bab al-Tabbani, which injured 5 citizens. Commercial shops, banks and institutions opened this morning as most schools remained closed in the areas which are witnessing clashes and tension. The latest developments in the Ukraine were the main focus of discussion between UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and Russian officials today. Moon will meet in Moscow with Russian President Putin and Foreign Minister Lavrov. Minister Lavrov stressed that Moscow stresses the full respect of the rights of its citizens abroad, adding that Russia will defend its interests using all political and diplomatic means. Lavrov made it clear that the legal process for Crimea's reintegration with Russia will be finalized by the end of the week, pointing out that the West is violating the international law by adopting a rude policy towards the Ukraine. Finally, and back to our local news, a special section for child care has been inaugurated at Ibn al-Nafis Hospital, comprising a number of beds and the necessary medical equipment to ensure better chances of post-surgical recovery. In a press statement, Dr. Saad al-Naif said the section would provide special services to children to spare them the need to move to other hospitals to receive medical care after surgeries, thus allowing them better opportunities for recovery and alleviating the financial burden on their families. Dr. Naif said the ministry is intent to set up new sections and expand the already existing ones, as many health institutions have been put out of service after being targeted by the terrorists. He pointed out that the ministry will continue to perform its duty in providing citizens who do not afford the high costs of treatment with medical services free of charge. With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Karun Kürkcan, but after a short break.